This is a picture of when my dad was running in one of his many elections. You know, this was a man who was, in our mind, indestructible.
I remember the neuro doc coming in and being like, hey, you have a mass. I remember that part.
The doctor told me while I was at work that I had a mass and needed surgery.
My mom was diagnosed and it literally flipped our world upside down. Like, she's my best friend, she's my inspiration, she's my role model. I honestly didn't believe it. I thought it was a mistake at first. I was like, oh, they must have gotten it wrong. You know, like, what are the odds that this would happen to my family?
A glioblastoma is a very terminal cancer. Typically, the outcomes are 1 to 3 years.
I think with glioblastoma, what sets it apart from others is that it's so aggressive, but that it's also in the brain. So with how fast it is, it affects things like their personality, their speech, how they think, how they process. So while we as caregivers are also processing a diagnosis, we're also processing how our loved one is changing.
The Ivy Brain Tumor Center being around, it's great to know that, hey, if I need to, I can be here.
The Ivy Center is here to find a cure for brain cancers.
We don't want to paint a pretty picture with glioblastoma because there's nothing pretty about it. But we want is people to understand that there is hope out there.
You don't have the luxury to try all these things because the cancer advances so quickly. They're about treating patients, and they're about treating those patients on an aggressive timeline, because once they can start figuring out solutions, then you can start helping a lot of people.
What sets us apart in some regards is our singular focus on this singular problem.
I feel like he very much took our situation and was like, I got you. Like, I'm gonna let me worry about this stuff. You just worry about spending time together.
The team that works here are the most incredible individuals I have ever had the privilege of knowing. They've honestly been my backbone through this whole journey.
It means a lot to be able to collaborate with an organization who has a passion to make a difference for these families. I help run their support group, and I can honestly say that I've had a good experience, so I can share that with other families.
It's all about moving forward and not necessarily dwelling on the diagnosis or what could have been.
This situation is nothing that I would have ever asked for, but I try to take this situation and just make it the best that I can. You know, live our life the best that we can, make sure our kids know that this is still such a good life. You know, we are gonna make it a good life.
Absolutely.
Even though it just looks different than what we wanted.